There's a lot of work to do before she's ready for sea, but eventually she'll be off.
She's an oyster smack. She's built in 1907. She's built by Collars, which is a well-known firm in them days. She's launched, they tell me, was booked to go down and slip on Friday the 13th. But the people who had it built, the fishermen, they wasn't superstitious, funny enough, which is very rarely amongst fishermen. But the people who built the boatyard, they wouldn't launch her. So they postponed it and she was launched the following day. And she's had quite a bit of history. She's been a Whitstable all her life. She's the last one working out of Whitstable now as a pretty well full-time fisherman. She does oystering all through the winter, every winter she's oystering. Summertime she just does a bit of yachting and a bit of cruising, and other than that. But she's been ashore on the beach, broken moorings and come ashore in a gale of wind once. She's been sunk by a steamboat on her moorings. We rammed in and got a buried of her and sunk. She was recovered both times and rebuilt again and put to work again. I bought her in 1968 and she was in terrible state then. You couldn't walk on her deck. She was rotten, absolutely rotten. Her bottom was the same. I virtually rebuilt her, several new planks and that. The stern was cut off her. She had a different type of stern then. I had to rebuild the stern, put it back how it should be. I re-rigged her because she was converted as a motorboat and I completely re-rigged her. Mast, everything, all the lot, new deck, bulwarks, everything. It's all done by my own hands. In its heyday, at the top of when there was plenty of boats about now and everyone was under sail, there was up to 125 of these boats laying in the bay at Whitstable. It was all working, it was all owned by all local people. Had a crew of 3 in the summertime, 4 in the wintertime. And everyone used to work them, shoemakers, bakers, carpenters, builders, all the lot. They all used to have shares in the Oyster Company and they all used to work these boats.
Hey lads, just spin one clue.
Well, oyster fishing is a funny old job today. There's not enough stuff about to catch. The oysters are not prolific as what they was in years ago. You can get a bit of a living in winter time at it. Everything's in your favour then, winter time. Everything comes right then. The oysters come to the top of the ground, they come out of the soil, and then you can start catching them then. You get the weather's more settled, everything is in your favour then, and you've got then till Christmas to make the most of it, what you can catch. You get your days after Christmas, your odd days, if the winter's kind, and it's not a hard winter, but if the winter sets in cold and the winds come easterly, they seem to roll the grain flat, as the local term is. They just it rolls everything flat and the grain goes hard and you can't get the oysters out the ground. Well, the oyster is a shellfish. It's a mystery actually. I'm not certain if it's born a male. I've got an idea it is born a male, but it changes to a female when it wants to reproduce again. Now, when it changes to the female to produce, it can put into the water anything up to 500,000 young oysters. And they float around for about 10 days in the water as a larvae. And then they decide that they want to become like their dads or mothers, whichever the case may be, and they settle to the bottom of the water and they stick on anything that's hard and shiny and smooth, which is a shell, a stone, a glass bottle or a bit of pottery, anything like that. They stick to it and then that's where they stay. They take 4 years to grow before they're fit to eat. Then they can grow anything up to 20 years of age. but the best age is 4 to 5 years for the eating purposes. Well, the oysters over the years of bad winters and that have been killed off through these big freeze-ups we've had. We've had several bad winters. They kill everything off. What happens is that the weather becomes cold, snow, ice and frost. Well, with that you get calms, and when you get the calms, everything lays quiet. The oyster can't feed, so he starves, and he becomes weak and he opens up. Because an oyster, his normal position is open, not shut. His shut is his defensive way. So he lays open, and 9 times out of 10 with these frosty weathers and hard weather, snow and cold and that, you get easterly winds. Easterly winds scour the bottom and cause a lot of sand in the water, and the oysters take the sand in and they choke and die. And that is one of the things why you don't want bad winters with oysters, for that, especially in this place here, because that's what kills them off.